Hey guys, what's going on? I'm Chad. Thank you so much for tuning in. And today I'm going to talk to you about something that's been bugging me for quite a while now. It's not our Project Volvo. It's what Greg said about the Project Volvo. That, and I'm quoting here, is going to be an E46 M3 killer. This has been bothering me, bordering on an obsession. So to teach that boy a lesson, I bought one. Alright, before we get started, I want to thank this episode's sponsor. That's Auto Tempest. I actually did a lot of searching on their website to try to find my perfect M3. Their site is awesome. It combines all these car search engines, eBay, Craigslist, the lot, and it puts it all into one spot for you. So you can just search the type of car you're looking for, whether it be a project, whether it just be something to replace your car. Auto Tempest is the place to go to search all the top used car listings. Check them out in the description below. As for this car, again, I bought it at a bit of a discount. It does have some stuff wrong with it. Let's take a walk, check it out, and see what you guys think. So here it is, guys, my 2002 BMW M3. Overall, the body's in pretty good shape. There are a few things, first among which is the bumper, which has seen better days. It's cracked and even gone in a few places. The other thing up front here is the headlights. They're pretty pitted. I don't know if that's going to be able to be buffed out. We'll have to see. But the big problem right now is those headlights, when they're on, the light's pointing that way. So high beam looks like low beam, and low beam is, well, effectively useless. Good news is, though, the brakes and suspension componentry has all been replaced relatively recently. Also loving those VMR wheels. They look fantastic on this car. Apologize for the condition of her, but she did just come up from Florida. Hanson was nice enough to drive that up here for me. We're actually going to release the video of his entire trip coming out soon, so stay tuned for that. There's only minor imperfections here. There's a couple small little dents, that one here and one somewhere in here. I don't know if the camera's picking that up. Not a big problem, easy to fix. The bumpers, this goes for the front as well. There's maybe a clip or something missing, but it's not exactly the panel gap one would expect from factory. Again, relatively easy fix. The back is in pretty good shape. The M3 badge has seen better days. And then you have the, I think the tow bar where that comes out. The little plug that's supposed to go in there has disappeared. Apparently that's a relatively common thing on these cars. The two biggest things I don't like about the exterior, I mean, yes, the bumper and the bumper fitment is an issue, but those are relatively easily addressed, is number one, the tint and this rubber here. Now, again, this was a Florida car, so it spent a lot of its life out in the harsh Florida sunshine. So a lot of this rubber here is perished, well past its useful life. Obviously going to need to be replaced at some point. Good news is, though, the sunroof doesn't leak, which is fantastic because it just snowed about 4 to 5 inches up here in New Jersey. So this being in good shape is always cause for celebration. This car, as a whole, has really two things that need immediate attention. The first thing I'll get to in a minute. The second thing is this absolutely horrible, ratty-ass gray interior. As you can see, rather it's just flat out ripped in places, missing a speaker cover. The other side has one, but it's cracked. The leather itself is well worn, just signs that this car did not lead a very loved existence before getting into my hands. The rearview mirror here, it's not reflecting much and definitely needs to be replaced. The steering wheel does have some play in it. We had this car up on a lift and we looked at the rack and that looked pretty good. It might be in the column. The steering pump makes a hell of a noise, so that's definitely going to need to be replaced. The shifter, that again has a lot of play in it when it's in gear. Hopefully that's just a set of shifter bushings. Otherwise it could get really expensive really quickly. But we're going to mosey on down to the reason you buy an M3. The best part about one. Well, before we do, this window, not exactly fitting the way it should. Hoping it's something with the regulator or the mount and not something a lot worse, but should be easy to diagnose once we get this panel off. My opinion, this is where you find the piece of engineering that makes you want to buy this car. I am, of course, talking about the S54 straight six engine. Naturally aspirated 332 horsepower, individual throttle bodies, which are always cool. This is just one of the most legendary engines in any German car since I've been born. Couple things. One, the connecting rod bearings have been replaced recently, and the Vanos system, which is variable valve control, has also been looked at and given the okay to go, which is a relief because those are two of the known problems with this engine. With the car itself, luckily, not that you'll be able to see it, but the rear subframe has been recently replaced. The number one thing with this motor is the rear main seal, but that is leaking. That is definitely going to need to be addressed because this thing does have a little bit of an oil leak. Hopefully that gets addressed very soon, because I'd really like to start opening this bad boy up and see exactly what we got here. In the engine bay, it's actually pretty clean. It looks like headers are a bit of a pain in the ass, but again, I haven't been underneath this car, so it might be easy from down there. As far as fixing the headlights, you have an access point here and a little gear here, right there. Hopefully that'll fix our low high beam issues. More signs that this is a high mileage car, and every single one of those miles was a little bit on the rough side. This, every time I touch it, oh, well, probably shouldn't have done that, but that's kind of gives you an indication of just how loved this car was. But I'm actually really looking forward to working on this thing. You guys let me know what you think in the comments below. This is just what I was able to find. We did have this car up on a lift. We did do a video of everything that we could find that was wrong with it with someone who knows a little bit more about these than we do. I will freely admit I'm more of a JDM guy than an EDM guy, but this is too good of a car to pass up. And like I said, Greg needs to learn to watch what he says. And that's it, guys. That is my 2002 BMW M3, or as I'm referring it to, I don't actually have a nickname for this car yet. Its sole purpose in life is to teach Greg that when he says something without consulting Hanson and I, there are ramifications. So this car's sole purpose in life is to kick that Volvo's ass up and down any kind of track they can dream up. So we're going to document as much as we can, bringing this thing back to its former glory, because right now, she doesn't deserve to be like this. That M3, that S54 deserves to be in a great home. We're going to do everything we can to get her back that way. I want to close by thanking this video's sponsor, Auto Tempest. They are a great resource if you're looking to buy a project car or just looking to buy a used car that's going to replace the heap of junk you got in your driveway. So definitely check them out. It's well worth it. And that's it. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked the video, please give us a thumbs up. Share it with your friends. The more views we get, the more cool stuff we can do. Like this baby right here. More M3 versus Volvo stuff. Find us out on social media at Shifting Lanes. I'm on Twitter at Chenedy83. It's been a hoot, guys. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I'll catch you next time.